Hey, namaste, YouTube. Adarsh Williams broadcasting here live from the Netherlands. And just to have a look at my camera here as I get set up, we'll officially start in 2 minutes. But let me take a moment to look at the camera setting for you. Make sure that the yoga mat is there. Yeah, almost. So, welcome to you. And if you have any comments or questions, feel free to chat me up in the chat. And before we officially start, I can even talk here. I can say hi. So when I start the yoga class, I'll be moving around and teaching yoga. And just to say, you can get the Mysore Challenge book below at the link. There's a print version or an ebook if you want to get it right away. So nice to see you guys here. Thanks for the thumbs up and thanks for joining. I'm also going to pop on the Instagram and broadcast there. Hopefully the camera is straight. That is better. Yes, I know some of you are really appreciating that now. Right on. So one more micro adjustment here as I just try to get that set up for you. Yeah, so welcome. We are working on week 3 from the Mysore Challenge today. I'm going to abbreviate our sequence just a little bit, just to make sure I have time to cover everything in week 3. So week 3 begins with day 11. If we look in the book here, and the boat pose, Navasana. So this will be the key theme for this week, working on the latter half of the primary series poses. I enjoyed these poses especially because it reminds me of Pilates sequencing, in which you're really working on developing strength in your midsection. So we're going to warm up with a few sun salutations, and then we'll get into those poses. So hopefully you've been practicing the standing series. I'm not going to cover those today, so go back and do previous lessons. But today this will tie in nicely with the center of the body, the Bandha. So let me pop on the IG live and just to broadcast in all places at once. The modern yoga teacher is not only good at teaching yoga, they're good at broadcasting. Who knew? So let's welcome the IG Live crowd. Hey, namaste, Instagram. Thanks for joining Adarsh Williams in week 3 of the Mysore Challenge. Just to pop up quickly the book, and welcome to the class. We're also broadcasting on YouTube, so happy to have all of you here. We're going to just get right in it today. We're practicing the sun salutations as a entryway, as a warm-up, prep for our practice, and then we'll move right into the week 3 postures from the Mysore Challenge. So this week we're working on developing an even more refined sense of our center, our midsection, and moving from the midsection. If you don't know, I'm also a Pilates teacher. I've been doing that for almost as long as I've been doing yoga. So it's really nice to understand Pilates. They do a great job moving from the center. And I think if you're applying this movement awareness to your Ashtanga practice, you'll have a high degree of success. So let us get started in the Sama Stitihi, standing with your feet together. I'll take off my socks. I forgot I was still wearing. And we'll stand to the top of the mat. I always recommend standing at about 30 centimeters from the front of the mat. That way you still have room. The heels are together, and you can feel that you're zipping up the inseam of the leg, all the way to the point at your pelvic floor, the Mula Bandha. If you join your palms together and close your eyes, take a moment just to feel your breathing. Breathing through the nose. And when you exhale, press the palms together with some force And try to feel the activation around your corset. The abdominal muscles wrap all the way around to your back, and you can feel how this engagement will support you at the center, at your lower back. We breathe with sound, slightly contracting the vocal cords, creating the whispering sound of Ujjayi Breath. So we'll begin slowly and then gradually pick up the intensity today. With your inhale, open the eyes. With your exhale, do press the hands into the thighs so you feel that you're tying yourself together. Ekam, 1, inhale, stretch the arms forward and up. Do this without changing your ribs, so you keep everything pulled together. Look up to your thumb. Dve, 2, exhale. Just move your hands down. Now chin in and try to feel that you're able to flex along the front line of the body. If we were in the Pilates class, this would be our roll down. So you roll all the way down, hands to the mat. The head continues. Trini, 3, inhale, look up. Here you're creating more of a flat back, a hinging shape. Chatwari, 4, exhale. Bend the knees, step back to the high plank. Get tight at the top so you feel that your whole body's tied together. As you exhale, press halfway. Pancha, 5, inhale, toast point. In the upward dog, you want to feel a global extension through the front. Shat, 6, exhale the downward dog. Take a moment to organize your hands and feet. Collecting 5 breaths. That's 2. Looking down to the navel. 3. Imagine you're moving the front ribs down. 4. 5. Exhale, raise the heels, look forward. Rock back. Remember the feet are behind the hands as you sapta, step or jump forward. Inhale, the halfway lift. Here you're creating that hinge shape. Ashta, exhale, chin in, nose to the navel, squeeze all of the breath. Nawa, 9. Press your heel. Feel the inner thighs zip all the way up, the arms zip all the way up, look up. And samastiti, exhale as though tying yourself together. Come 1, inhale. Dve, 2, exhale. Chin in slowly as you squeeze into the front line. You're able to fold nicely. Trini, 3, inhale to look up. Chatwari, 4, exhale. Step or jump back. High plank where you get tight. And only press 90 degrees. Pancha, 5, inhale, upward dog, look nose. Shat, 6, exhale the downward dog, look to the navel as you breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, raise the heels, look forward. Rock back, sapta, step or jump. Inhale. Ashto, 8. Exhale. Nava, 9. Inhale, ride the breath. Samastitihi, exhale. One more. Ekam, inhale. Dve, exhale. Trini, inhale. Notice that you raise the wrist so you're onto your fingertip. Chatwari, 4, step or jump. Exhale, high and low. Punch, inhale, look nose, shut. Exhale, look navel, and breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sapta, step or jump. Inhale, the wrist up, look up. Ashta, 8. Exhale. Nawa, 9. Inhale. Samastiti. Exhale. Great. Rolling right into that B sequence. The knees bending. Come. 1. Inhale. Dve, 2. Exhale from the hip. Then gradually extend the knee. Now you can Trini, inhale, the wrist up. This is a good technique to know. Chatwari, exhale, step or jump, high and low plank. Punch, inhaling. Shut, exhale. Still exhaling, step the right foot forward. You can use your wrist up technique. Inhale. Ashto, exhale. High and low. Nawa, inhale. Disha, exhale. Ekadasha, step in the left foot. Remember your wrist up. Inhale. Dwa, Dasha, exhale. Trayut, Dasha, inhale, look nose. Chaturdasha, exhale, look navel, and 5 breaths. 1. Focusing on the out breath. 2. Quickly you recover. 3. Looking down to the navel. 4. 5. To look front, rock back, Panchadasha, step or jump. Inhale, wrist up. Ashto, exhale, press through the arm. Bend your knee. Saptadasha, inhale. Samastiti, like you're putting yourself back together. Again, knees bending. Come, inhale. Dve, exhale. Trini, inhale. Chatwari, step or jump. Exhale. Punch, inhale. Shut. Exhale. Sapta, right foot. Inhale. Ashto. Exhale. Nawa, inhale. Dasha, exhale. Ekadasha, left foot. Inhale. Dwa, Dasha, exhale. Trayut, Dasha, inhale. Chaturdasha, exhale and breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Panchadasha, jump. Inhale. Shotasha. Exhale. Bend your knee. Saptadasha. Inhale. Samasthiti. The last. Ekam. Inhale. Dve. Exhale. Trini. Inhale. Chatwari. Exhale. Panch. Inhale. Shut. Exhale. Sapta. Right foot. Inhale. Ashta. Exhale. Nawa. Inhale. Disha. Exhale. Ekadisha. Left foot. Inhale. Dva. Disha. Exhale. Trayot. Disha. Inhale. Chaturdisha. Exhale. And regulate your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Panchadasha. Jump. Inhale. Shotasha. Exhale. Bend your knee. Saptadasha. Inhale. Samasthiti. Great. I will adjust the camera slightly for the seated poses, the floor poses. So nice to see you guys on the broadcast here. So cool. Feel free to hit me up, any comments or questions, and I'll try to jump in with those afterwards. So perfect. Love that autofocus. We're moving now to the floor poses. So we'll get there with style. Begin just in your sun salutation form. Samasthiti. Exhale. Navasana, the boat. Come inhale, hands up. Dve. Exhale to fold. Trini. Inhale, the head up. Chatwari. Step back. Panch. Inhale, upward dog. Shat. Exhale, the downward dog. Now we're stepping through the hands to seated. As you walk forward, it's okay just to sashay the hips a little. Feels a little more interesting this way. Then cross the feet and try to walk through the hands. Now you have to keep pushing away the floor, and eventually the legs stretch out front. We'll practice that. So the camera angle looks acceptable. And we'll begin the boat pose. We'll do this 5 times. Begin with your knees bended. And just to point out, in the boat, you can tuck under the hips a little, then slowly bring the legs up one by one and balance. 5 breaths. 1. So the work is here. 2. When you feel stable, the arms float. 3. If you feel comfortable, you can extend the knee. 4. 5. Now cross the feet. Push hands down, forward of the hip, and lift up the seat. Inhale and exhale down. We'll do it again. Take a moment to gather yourself at the center. 1. And then gradually the pose opens. 2, 3, 4, 5. The other foot on top, so you practice both sides. Ashto, up. Exhale down. Sapta, the third position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ashto. Up. Exhale down. Sapta. The fourth time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ashto. Up. Exhale down. The last. Sapta. 1. Feeling the work here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Ashto. Up. Now jump back. Work through the hands and your vinyasa, high and low plank. Ekadasha, inhale to open up. Dvadasha, exhale. Baddha Konasana, Sapta. Step through. I'll change my angle slightly so you can see. Pushing away the floor. Now you'll cross the feet and try to walk through the hands to straight. Bend both knees out. In the bound angle, you'll move the feet close to the body. If you have a more flexible hip, you can move the feet closer and open the feet like a book. Inhaling. Most important is that you feel the pelvis tilting forward. Here you can sink the chest downward. 1. Think about a straight back position. 2. Look to the nose, Drishti. 3. Try to feel the weight of the body sinking downward. 4. Always finishing your out breath. 5. Now I inhale, come all the way up. B is a little different. For this, we tuck the chin in, nose to the navel. Tuck the hips under, and imagine that you're flexing the spine all the way down. It's okay to walk the hips back a little. Try to rest the head in the feet. 1. Can you feel that your low back is pulling in? 2. There's a hollowing effect of the low belly. 3. Feel the breath moving into the back. 4. Always finish the exhale. 5. Now I inhale to come up and exhale, close the knees. Feel those muscles reactivate, crossing the legs. The vinyasa. Dasha up. Ekadasha. Step through and high plank. Get tight at the top, pressing low. Ekadasha, inhale. Dvadasha, exhale. Upavishta Konasana, Sapta, as you step through the hands. Keep everything pulled in tight. As you make your way through, spread the feet wide. It's about a 120-degree angle. As you angle forward, hold the outer edge of the feet. Just like the last pose, we're tilting the hips forward, inhaling. In Upavishta, you can think about chin forward. You're looking to the eyebrow center. Try pushing the heels away. 1, 2. Gradually feel the weight of the torso sinking downward. 3, 4, 5. Now I inhale the head up, and then we'll balance in an upright position. Loosen up for a moment. Either hold the ankle or the edge of your feet, just like we did in the boat pose. You want to feel the balance on the rear of the sitting bone. Now tension is your friend. As you extend the knees, it's going to help you lift up the chest. Look up, toes point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Vinyasa. Ekadasha up. Dvadasha janta. Trayodasha inhale. Chaturdasha exhale. Suptakonasana, sapta step or jump through to seated. Now, I mentioned the Pilates sequencing. This is where it really begins in earnest with the roll down. Extend your legs out front and push down through the heel. Now, you want to feel the whole leg working. Hands up for counterbalance, inhaling. Now, with the exhale, begin to curl down. Drag your heel, use your midsection, and imprint the spine. Now, keep this frame and you'll take the feet over. Just move forward to stay on the camera here. Push down the hands and take the legs over. Inhaling and exhale the feet over to the mat. Reach up and hold the toe. Then split the feet wide. Breathe into the back. 1, holding the toe and look to the nose. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we'll roll up. Take your time as you inhale, roll up to balance. Now on the exhale, we'll go forward with control. You can let go your feet so you land softly on your calf, and then exhale, you can sink the head down to the mat. Inhale, the halfway lift. Exhale, release. The Vinyasa. Always take time to squeeze everything tight to your midline. Ekadasha, lift up. Dvadasha, step or jump back. And the Vinyasa. Trayodasha, inhale. Chaturdasha, exhale. And Supta Padangusthasana, sapta, step or jump through to seated. And we'll continue our Pilates method. Toes pointed, inhaling. With your exhale, strong through your midsection as you lie down. Now, keep the left hand on the thigh. Move the right leg up. Hold the big toe. Inhaling. Now, pull with the arm as you ashto, exhale. Flex the chin in. And keep pulling as you move the head toward the knee. Now, the left leg is also lifting into the hand. It's like scissors here as you breathe. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now what? Inhaling the head down. Ekadasha will open the leg wide. Now focus on your left leg. Keep that solid right where it is. Don't be distracted by the right leg. As you look left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dvadasha, inhale, leg center. Trayodasha, exhale, touch. Chaturdasha, inhale the head down. Panchadasha, release. Left side, so keep that right side solid. Chaturdasha, catching your big left toe. Inhale, pull. Saptadasha, exhale, flex. So we're pulling with the arm, but we're flexing the trunk. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhaling the head down. Exhale, starting to open that leg. So as you Focus on your right leg. You can gradually open up, but don't disturb the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ekavim Shati, inhale the leg center. Dvavim Shati, exhale to touch. Trayodham Shati, inhale the head down. And exhale, release. So there's a special vinyasa here in which you'll somersault back. The movement is with control. So here's your test. You're going to push down through the arms. It's okay to bend the knees a little bit. And you're going to swing the legs over. Inhale and exhale. Now, if your toes are touching and you feel comfortable in the neck, you might be ready for the next phase. You'll give a little push through the arms, similar to how you might push into a back bending pose. But take your time as you exhale. Then with the inhale, you can try to give a little push and roll over. If not, just do a regular vinyasa, high and low plank. Panchavimshati, inhale, upward dog. Shodavimshati, exhale, downward dog. Then Ubaya Padangusthasana, Sapta, step or jump through to seated. And we'll exhale to lie down. We'll do one more of these positions on the shoulders. And here's a good tip for you. When you're on the shoulder, allow your shoulders to elevate. You can imagine the arms are overhead in these positions. With the elevated shoulder, you'll feel that the pressure, the weight is on the top of the shoulder and never on the neck. So the neck feels quite free. Let's try. Extend the legs, the arms, inhaling. In the same movement, you control your roll down. Strong through your leg, your inseam, strong through the corset. Now push down. Inhale, the legs up and over. Elevate the shoulder, holding the toe. Ubaya Padangusthasana. Now I inhale, roll up. As you roll up, balance like you did in the boat. Extend the legs, feet together, toes point, look up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The vinyasa, dasha up. Ekadasha, jump back. Dvadasha, inhale. Trayodasha, exhale. Shalabhasana, Chatwari, inhale to the high plank position. So a little different in the vinyasa. With your exhale, press all the way down to the mat. Move your feet together. I'll have a look, make sure I'm still on the camera. Hopefully still, yeah, sorry. As you move the feet together, the trick here is to push down through the hip bone. Your pubic bone should press into the floor, and then we can lift through the feet. The legs are lifting via the extensors here, the glutes. Press down through the back of the hand. But keep reaching like you're reaching into your pockets. Look to the nose. 1, the pressure is entirely in the leg. 2, supporting through the back. 3, 4. Now keep your lifting position, but change the arms, adjusting so the hands are under the elbow, thumb level to the navel, and look to the nose, Drishti. 1, so strong through the leg. 2, pressing down through the pubic bone. 3, 4, 5, exit via chaturanga. Shat, inhaling, upward dog. Sapta, exhale, the downward dog. Sapta, inhale, we'll step through again and have a seat. So I'll do just a couple of more poses on the back. We'll keep building the strength here in our center. Inhaling. Now on the exhale, begin to curl down. So we'll do the shoulder bridge. And then very similar to the last pose, the focus is on the engagement of the leg, the posterior chain, bending both knees. So in the bridge position, we begin by tucking the hips under. Now imagine the knees are tracking forward and begin to lift the hips, then the low back. I'm going to move my arm out of the way, but you want to feel that your low back is lifting, then into the ribs. So there's a sequencing from the low body up toward the top. Now, even at the top, pushing down through the head a little, you can probably walk your shoulder under. It's so nice to get these whole back lifted off the floor. Big inhale. Now, when you go down, reverse that movement from the top. You can sink the ribs in. Imagine you're imprinting the upper back. Now, that middle back is always challenging. The low back, super difficult. Try to tuck under, tuck, tuck, tuck. And then once you're down, we'll reset. When you're doing these back bends, the pressure should be in the leg. The glutes and the hamstrings are the big movers of the hip. So let's start here. If you overextend, can you see how I'm overextending? So this is not what you want. It's strange in a back bend, I know. Instead, think about tucking under the hip. So you begin to lengthen the tail, the knees down, and then you begin to extend. Slowly, you're moving up the chain. Remember the corset muscles, we mentioned those, the support all the way around the center. So that support is still engaging. So you have a nice sense of leg extension. At the top, you can walk your shoulder under. That always feels nice. Push down through the head a bit. You can either grab the mat, or some of you will want to lace the fingers. Big inhale. And then when you exhale, we're going to reverse that movement. So from the top, we can sink down the ribs. Can you imprint the spine? Can you feel the ribs touching, the low back imprinting? And then this last piece around the hips. And notice what that neutral position feels like. Then go ahead and overextend. So that's a nice one too, because overextending also feels good, like a good stretch. Okay, one more time through the bridge. So you tuck under the hips first, so you feel the body is tying itself together. Keep yourself tied together as you begin to extend, the knees forward and the hips raise. At the top, you can feel the support is moving upstream. Push down the head slightly so you're able to walk under the arms. Find your favorite position here so you have a nice sense of lift. It feels so good to bridge. So good after all of those stretching poses. And then when you return, move from the top. You want to feel the upper back, the shoulders, ribs. Feel the middle and lower back slowly to come down. And once you're down, we'll take a moment to pause. Nice. Now we're going to complement this lower back bridge with the fish pose. The fish is focusing on the upper back, the thoracic spine, the neck as well. Go ahead and extend the knees out so your legs are straight. Walk your thumb under your sitting bone and push down through the elbow. If this feels weird or uncomfortable, you can try to adjust according to your own taste. Now, pushing down the elbow, the goal is to lift up the chest. So the chest is lifting. Keep your feet pushing down as you lift up the chest. The shoulders are squeezing. Now, we're going to try to rest on the top of the head. It's hard for me to talk in that position, but what you'll want to do is extend back all the way onto the crown and keep the jaw extended. Think about unhinging the jaw as you breathe. Look to the nose, Drishti. 1, 2, 3. As you loosen up, you might be able to walk the head in a bit. 4, And 5, with the exhale, we'll slowly come down and release. Hey, that was good. Bend the knees in, and you can just shake the head no for a moment, just to loosen up. So we're going to move toward our finishing poses, but I want to give you one tip for today as you're working into these forward bends. If you just bend the legs one at a time and take a moment here. So when I was a young yoga student, I thought I really needed to stretch out my muscles and my fascia. And one of the things I've learned over the years, especially from the physios, is that the flexibility, the key to flexibility is getting the joints to fit together. So in this case, try to feel the leg bones, and you can go side to side and just add whatever movement feels natural. But try to imagine the weight of the leg bones sinking down into your hip joint. And you can even visualize the leg bone, the femur, the head of the femur, just like in your anatomy book, it's sinking nicely into the hip. And sometimes you'll feel that there's some impingement there or things are just not moving correctly. Well, do your best to tidy up. Do your best just to feel out that area and try to get things to fit together nicely. So this is the essence of good alignment or joint congruency. And when you're doing it, you'll probably notice that when the knees open a bit, you have some more space. That's one of the reasons that people like to open their legs in the fold. And you'll notice that when you move the knees closer together, like all the way together, it requires a much higher degree of flexibility or range of motion. But it's all necessary, it's all healthy and good for you. So you can work on all of the ranges of motion. Okay, for today, we're going to just rock and roll up to seated. So hold under your knee creases, lift the head, look into the navel. So rock back onto your shoulder and rock up to seated. Let's try one more time the boat pose. This is a great sequence in which we're going to find the perfect boat. So the elbows bent out to the side. You're going to lift up the feet one at a time, just like we did in the boat. Now, here's the drill. You look into the navel. You're going to inhale, rock back. With the exhale, rock up. And try to balance in that same framework, just like you practice. Try that again. So you rock back, inhale, and up. With the exhale, keep the frame. That feels easy. You can try extending the knees. You rock back and up, keeping the frame. That feels easy. You can try without the grasp. You can rock back and up, and you should feel the support right there at your center for all of the poses. So, moving toward a closing sequence for today, you can just sit with the legs comfortably crossed. If you want to take your lotus pose, also a nice option. So we'll walk the hands forward in Yoga Mudra. First inhaling. And then with your exhale, think about nodding the chin in, and you can start to walk forward in this pose. Guiding the head toward the floor. As you're walking the head forward, if the head rests on the mat, then that's great. If not, stack the fists so the head can easily rest on the earth element. Close your eyes. It's always good to refine the Ujjayi breath. You can do this by opening the mouth as you inhale. And exhale as though fogging a mirror. So that breathy sound. Inhale. And then the mouth will close as you exhale, creating that soft, whispering sound. You can pause at the top of the inhale. And you can pause at the bottom of the exhale. Evening out the breath. One more breath cycle, please. Now what? Inhale, we'll sit upright. The lotus pose, sitting with the palms up, join the index finger and the thumb. In this position, the chest is lifted, the chin is moving toward the chest. Either look to the nose or you can close your eyes. And practice your Ujjayi breath. Follow the exhale to a point below the navel. When you inhale, feel how the breath moves wide against the side rib. At the top of the inhale, remember to pause, and then follow the exhale. All the way down to a point below the navel. As you inhale, feel the breath expanding wide across the back. And as you exhale, follow the movement of the breath down to a point below the navel. You can feel the Mula Bandha pick up as you inhale. At the top, and then as you exhale, down to the root. 2 more breath cycles, please. Utplutihi, the final pose. In Utplutihi, you can keep the legs squeezing up and in. If you're in the lotus, it's much easier because everything is locked together. The hands will be forward of the hips, and we're pressing down with these muscles under the shoulder while lifting up through the pelvic floor, pulling up through the midsection. Keep your body line straight. Keep the head straight. If your head is down, it will make it harder. Keep the head straight. The breathing is faster. It's the same Ujjayi, but with a bit more speed. Think about a freight train taking off from the station. As it becomes intense, it's natural to breathe faster, but try to maintain that same Ujjayi control. We'll try 25 breaths. Prepare. Nawa, up. 1. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, Visha, jump back. One more Vinyasa. Just to finish our sequence together and reconnect with all of your alignment points using the strong legs. Ekadasha, inhale. Best upward dog ever. Dvadasha, exhale. Best downward dog. One more time to that standing position, sapta, step or jump forward. Inhaling. Ashto, exhale. Use your heels to press. Feel your legs zipping all the way up, and you're just going to roll up to stand in the Samastiti. Hey, that was our lesson for today. I'll step forward here just to peek at the camera for a moment and to chat with you guys. Yeah, we are right at about the time I was budgeting for, 45 minutes. And so nice to see you guys here, and great to have some thumbs up and